Hey folks, it's that time of year. Every well, every few years, well, every year with the alder, which I'll show a little later in the video. Um, this is the time of year I make little money off my homestead, pay some bills with it. If I really worked harder, I could probably make a lot more. Some people with land, or if you got a decent amount of land, always look for ways to make money. If you're new to an area, talk to some of the locals. See what everybody buys. I mean, we're in an area where there's a lot of forestry products and a lot of crafting products too come from forestry. One of the things that we do is this time of the year is there's got to be 50 different places that'll come into town, or there's a couple here that are well established and getting close to Christmas, and they buy the pine boughs. Now the pine boughs, they use them for wreaths. And right now, this year, the going rate is between 50 and 65 cents per pound. And to give you an example, a decent sized bough probably weighs a quarter pound. So if you cut 4 of them, hey, you got 50 cents. And if you look at hourly, I'll just do a little example here. Let's see, you want to cut back just a few nodes. I usually go back 4 nodes back. They say about pencil size is what they want. Do that 4 more times, and I made a half a buck. Now, how quickly that can be done, obviously, will tell you you can make shit. If you work hard at it and you're young, hell, you can make 60, 70 bucks an hour doing this. I mean, it is a limited supply, and all the places around here are sort of picky. They only take balsa wood. Yep, that's balsam, the pine, and but there's other places in Minnesota, probably a 2-hour drive from us, and they'll take anything. The white pine, they take the spruce, they'll take all kinds of branches. This is just one of the things I cut. And also, starting from the first frost and the leaves fall off, we got a company in town here that actually buys our alder branches. And I'll give you an example in a little bit on those things, and show you how much money we can make off of those. See you in a bit. I got work to do. There you go, folks. That's 3 stacks. Each stack is probably about 30 to 35 pounds each. Did this in about an hour. That's about 50 bucks. Easy money. Well, ultimately we did about 6 hours of work today. And I want to say I probably got about 500 to 600 pounds here. So, yeah, I want to say in between $250 and maybe $300, depending on what the final tally is. But not bad for 6 hours work. I mean, you're not going to beat it. It isn't something you can do all year long, and you're also limited on your supply. The balsa, you can only cut every 3 to 5 years. You want the boughs to grow back, and you want the trees to stay healthy. The good thing is, and that's what I said I'd show everybody, is these guys. I've got about 20 acres of this stuff. This here is alder branches. I'm trying to get us some of the alder corns. They almost look like small pine cones. Be the best way to put it with the alder trees. But with these, every little, I want to say 1-inch branch in diameter or smaller, that's 4 feet long, they'll give you 10 cents for. And I do got my nippers on me. I'll show you how quick and easy and fast it is just to make a dime. Boom. A dime. Do that 10 times, you made a buck. Times an hour. Well, that's a lot of good money too. Last year when I was working on these, we had a bad year with the snow and I couldn't get out to a lot of my land. But if I was working, and it was sporadic at times, that would be, I want to say I was making 40 bucks an hour doing it for every hour that I worked. Not bad. It's amazing what your land can put out. This is all crap that was growing just on the property. and I really don't have a use for it. As far as I'm concerned, it can be all bulldozed. The good news about the alder too is that stuff grows 3 feet a year. Around here they actually treat it as not invasive, but a nuisance species, and I've got 25 acres of the things at least. So endless supply of money for me, and I'll keep chopping them to the ground, and every 2 years let these guys come back. And one other thing that I haven't shown you, because I'm not really harvesting those at the moment, not enough fell down. Another thing around here that the craft stores buy is, not the craft stores, but we got a wholesaler up here, is they buy the pine cones. And the pine cones, they give us $5 for every 5-gallon bucket. And a lot of these trees, I could probably get 10 5-gallon buckets off of each tree, depending on if it's a good year for them or not. And all you got to do is walk around a rake and scoop them up. So, to all you homesteaders out there, if this helps, I know we're in a northern area, but you never know, wherever you live at, you always got something on your land that's worth money. Be it growing vegetables or harvesting fruit and foraging for things. We do a lot of that too. I've got a total, I think, of 14 apple trees right now that I've discovered on the property. I found a really big orchard. It's sort of been overgrown in. I'll be trimming that out and get it all cleaned up next year. And we also got raspberries and lots of mushrooms that I pick and harvest, but I don't sell any of that crap. It's just different ways you can make money if you work on it. Well, folks, have a great day. Thanks.